nothing. So you should, and even if you're
Too far, together we'll hustle, together we'll pay. Hey, welcome aboard, dreams to chase, goals to score. Luck is with you, it's in your stride. Outskills got your back, let's ride.
Of the generative AI mastermind here at Outskill after what was an incredibly exciting day. That was day one, which happened yesterday. We are back again to conduct day two of the mastermind, and I hope all of you are able to hear me well and see me well. I hope all of you got enough rest after learning for almost 7 to 8 hours yesterday. Did you all get enough rest? Are you all able to hear me well and see me well? Good morning to everyone who is wishing that on the chat. Perfect. I see that the tech is fine once again today. All of you are able to hear me well and see me well. And in case anybody is not able to hear me or see me well, please drop off the call, join back in, continuing in English itself like we did yesterday as well, Sanket. So English will not be possible. It will be completely in English because we have people from all over the globe joining in today. But folks, as we get started, I want to ask all of you, how was yesterday as a whole? As you all got time to sort of rest and go back to everything that you probably have learned, how did you feel by the end of it all? Fantastic, mind-blowing. I will don't getting started. Excellent, amazing, productive, inspired. Okay, thought-provoking, deep, mind. Love it, love it. Life-changing, says someone. It'll only be life-changing. It certainly will be life-changing, but it'll only be life-changing if you go back and practice. And all of the resources from yesterday, including the roadmap, will be shared. It will be great, Vijaya and everybody, because that way we will be able to read everyone's messages and reply back to everyone as well. But good to see that everybody here is able to hear me well and see me. As I look at the poll, I want everybody else also to go ahead and punch in their responses on the poll. I get a good sense of the demographics that we have here, like we saw yesterday as well. We have a very diverse audience today as well because it's the same set of people. But today we have some extra people as well joining in. People who missed out on day one yesterday completely, or people who had to drop off yesterday. So what I'm going to do before I set context for day two is that actually get started with a very quick recap. Of course, we are not going to be spending 8 hours once again learning everything that we learned yesterday already. But in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I will try to give you all a recap what we are going to be learning today and how both of these are connected or correlated as well, and what are the outcomes that you will be able to achieve by the end of today. But let me remind you, for all of the people who probably missed out on yesterday, just want to give you the clarity that this is not a one-off workshop that you're attending. It's a day general mastermind, and today is day two. The whole day today is going to go on till about 6 p.m. IST. So there are multiple things that you will be learning over the course of time today until 6 p.m. IST. I hope that's clear for everyone. Give me a thumbs up if that is clear for everyone. Give me a thumbs up if that is clear for everyone. And in fact, drop in ready on the chat if you're ready for a quick recap and ready to get started with day two. Without further ado, I see that people have already joined in. There are a few more people joining in, but I'm not going to be waiting for them. Let's get started with a quick recap of everything that we learned yesterday. And this is going to be done in about 5 to 10 minutes, and I would love to do it with all of you. So take out your notebooks, and if you have missed out on the day yesterday completely or midway you had to drop off, you can feel free to take screenshots, and we will be providing the resources by the end of today to everyone. But we started this mastermind yesterday not by diving into generative AI tools, but by truly understanding how generative AI is transforming the way we work. And we all spoke about one mindset that we should all start focusing on building from now. What is that one mindset shift that we spoke about yesterday? Can you all drop it in on the chat? People who attended yesterday, what is that mindset shift that we are talking about in this mastermind? Yes, Karthik got that absolutely right. And then Milan also posted it to everyone. We are focusing on becoming a generalist. Satya Sai, this entire session, like I said, will go on till 6 p.m. IST. Please do not spam on the chat. Our team will have to put you out if you spam on the chat. But yes, we focused on, or we spoke about the importance of all of us having to build the generalist mindset, the mindset of an AI generalist, irrespective of whether we are entrepreneurs, working professionals, or hustlers at this point of time. And we also yesterday saw what working like an AI generalist would actually look like. And that basically means that rather than being extremely skilled in one specific domain, you start focusing on adding value to other domains as well, which you probably were not able to do until today. And this is the single core reason why all of the companies today are wanting to hire AI generalists, so that the efficiency inside the company topples up completely, right? And from the World Economic Forum, we already showed you this graph, which kind of talks about what is happening inside of companies in terms of how they are operating. And until today, we all saw multiple human beings working inside of companies. But now the shift that we are seeing is that a lot of AI agents, or rather AI systems, are getting deployed for multiple processes inside of companies. So the people or human beings directly will probably be lesser. And that is what is happening all across the globe in terms of the layoffs. But these human beings that continue to be there inside these companies working for them will not just work with human beings, but will start working with multiple AI agents. Yesterday, we saw you agent swarms as well, for you to get a sense of how AI agents actually work. And that is the shift that we are seeing all across companies. And we also saw that the AI models that people keep using or people keep talking about as of today, it's not just these AI tools that are popular that are available, but we saw this platform called Open Router that today has more than 600 plus AI models that you can go ahead and use based on where you are from, of course. There are some in India that may not be available in the US and vice versa as well. But all in all, we can go ahead and play with more than 600 plus models. And some of these AI models don't even have great UI interfaces for you to be able to go ahead and use. But we showed you how you can install using Olama or other such frameworks. How can you install AI models locally and run all of these AI models as well? We showed you Bolt, which is another tool that you can sort of install and then do all of the configuration, which we could not get into. But when you do that, you get the ability to use all of these 600 plus AI models. Or you could go ahead and use a tool like Get Multi as well, to be able to go ahead and use multiple AI models whenever you go ahead and prompt. And now that we learned that there are multiple AI models exist, we also learned how do these AI models work. Now, if I ask all of you people to put it in on the chat, when I go to a tool like ChatGPT and put in a prompt, what is the first thing that happens behind the scene? Can you all tell me how does the AI model understand what you have put in? Tokenization, absolutely right. The AI model then breaks down the sentence that you have put in into smaller chunks. And after tokenization, how does it understand the meaning of what you have put? What is the next step? Absolutely. Embedding is the next step, wherein numbers are attached to each of these tokens so that the computer model or the AI system can understand the message that you have gone ahead and put in. And then what happens? Does it give attention to the entire sentence altogether? No. It starts giving attention. It starts giving attention to specific parts of your sentence after converting them into numerical vectors, right? So that process is called self-attention. And after self-attention is when the model predicts the response that it gives you. So we learned that all of these AI models are at the end of the day only predicting. based on the data that they have been trained with already. And after prediction, what happens? After it predicts the response, it of course generates the entire response, and that is the response that you end up seeing. So for people who missed out yesterday, you can take a screenshot of this slide. This is how text AI models are working as of today: tokenization, embedding, transformer mechanism, or self-attention, where the model uses attention to focus on the most relevant parts of the input text that you're putting, and then happens prediction, and then happens response generation. Are you all clear? One of the most important things that we taught everyone yesterday. Give me a thumbs up if you have taken a screenshot of this. And yes, I will share the resources towards the end of the day, and this is covered in that as well. Wonderful, wonderful. And then we learned why prompting is important and why this is becoming one of the most sought after skills as of today. Chain of thought, in fact, has become redundant because the AI models themselves are able to go ahead and perform chain of thought prompting at this point of time. But it's important for you to learn the science of this to understand. Even diverse prompting was a thing. Now it has become redundant. So there are many of these prompting techniques that keep coming up also, but the one prompting technique that will work for you in most cases is the magic prompt formula. And in fact, this is something that was suggested by OpenAI itself. So I hope all of you understood this and start practicing this so that you can also subconsciously start using this. And then we went ahead and started building our own generative AI toolkit, because there are more than 50,000 AI tools available. But should you be learning all of them? Should you be using all of them? Well, it's an exploratory journey, right? You continue to explore in this journey of learning and adapting to AI. But yesterday, we helped everyone build an AI toolkit that we feel is something that you could get started with immediately. We showed you this powerful tool called Flow by this company called Whisper. It converts voice to text. So whatever you speak appears as a prompt on the screen. We, of course, used Gemini, which is by Google. We used Claude, which is by Anthropic. We also used Fireflies.ai, which is an AI agent that can go ahead and attend meetings on your behalf. We showed you Fort AI, which is an incredible platform for product photo shoots and everything around it. We showed you Supergrow as well, which is a powerful LinkedIn automation platform. Anybody who is wanting to become a content creator at this point of time, Supergrow can be the go-to platform for them. In fact, not anybody becoming a content creator. I think everybody needs to build content today to build that thought leadership, and Supergrow helps with that. We saw Perplexity and how Perplexity is incredibly good with not only research, but as a tool, you can go ahead and run multiple models inside of Perplexity as well. And then we saw Happenstance, which can help you grow your network altogether on social media. We also saw Numerous.ai, which is a data analyst that can be sitting inside your Excel sheets and Google Sheets. And we also saw Suno, Nano Banana, and Perplexity Comet. So a lot of these tools is what we showed all of you yesterday, so that your exposure increases, the breadth of knowledge that you end up having increases. But the idea was not to limit your minds to these tools. The idea was also to help you build some tools for yourself. And that is what we learned in the second half of yesterday by building advanced custom GPTs. We saw what are the different components of a custom GPT. By the way, this is something that 98% of the population today does not know about. So if you have learned it, you of course have to practice it. You have to practice writing the prompts of custom GPTs very, very well, and then build multiple custom GPTs for multiple different use cases. This alone can be a game-changing project for you, right? We learned about custom GPTs. More importantly, we learned the Markdown prompting formula, which looks very similar to the magic prompt formula, but then you end up putting hashtags, stars, etc. Because ideally what this does for any AI agent as you're building it is, it allows the AI agent to understand which parts of your prompt should it pay more attention to, and which parts of your prompt can it pay lesser attention to, right? And once we learned custom GPTs, we also went ahead and saw how voice agents can be built. We saw how presentations can be made with AI. And then we learned 5 levels that you should be going deep into. And we tried to show you all of the outcomes that you can go ahead and achieve after completing all of these 5 levels. I'll give you a recap of these 5 levels towards the end of today as well, because this entire generative AI mastermind. Now, if you think it was mind blowing that we got to cover so much and teach you all so much in just 8 hours, drop in MB on the chat. MB on the chat if, and that was the recap. And this was primarily for everybody to get started at the same page once again. But I absolutely loved all of your energy as well that you showed yesterday. Now, what is it that we are going to be learning today? Well, today there are two very, very interesting things that we will dive deep into. I already did tell you yesterday who are the mentors that you will be meeting today. We have Dilip and we have Shantanu coming in for both of the sessions today. And what are these things that we will be learning? Well, we're going to get started with learning how we can build landing pages and websites. How can we go ahead and build products without having to write a single line of code? How many of you drop in yes, no on the chat if you know how to write code or if you do not know how to write code? Just yes, no on the chat. If you are an absolute non-techie like me, who has never written a single line of code, you can drop in a no. I see a few people saying yes, but majority of you saying no. And let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, the mind-blowing thing that generative AI has done for everyone is that it has democratized the landscape to a large extent for technical and non-technical people. Non-technical people, there were a lot of things that we were unable to do until today, which is building landing pages or building websites or building products, because all of this needed code. But today, that is not the case anymore. And even for the technical people who have probably not gotten into vibe coding yet, the time that it always used to take to ideate and build the first version of your product used to take months earlier. But today, it can be done in not just a day, but in a few hours. So the time to launch the first few versions of your product has also gotten crunched. And for all the non-technical people, this has become a power that they can go ahead and leverage to bring any of their ideas to life. This today is being called as vibe coding, VIBE, and coding, wherein you use natural language to code along with an LLM. And that is what we are going to be getting into. Not technical at all, but as we get into it, you'll get a fair sense. And towards the second half of today, after your lunch break, and today as well, your lunch break would be starting at about 1 p.m. IST. After the lunch break today, we will be diving into image and video generation. It's going to be mind blowing. And I will set that context when we get there. But are you all excited for what we have in store for you on day 2? Drop in excited on the chat if you are all excited. And we have Dilip right here. Dilip, I'm putting the spotlight on you. And welcome and thank you so much for doing this session today.
Thank you, Funny. So we'll get started in just like a minute. Give me a minute. I'm just doing some settings adjustment.
Yes. Folks, I hope all of you are able to hear Dilip, see him well. Perfect. Wonderful. I'm just turning the chat off. And whoever's asking for yesterday's resources, I'm going to share them towards the end of today. You do not need to know yesterday's material to be able to understand everything today. I'm just searching for some person on the chat. Just give me 1 second, folks. Okay. All right. Ayushman, I'm just putting you out of the call. Very bad behavior on the chat. Yeah, I just had to remove them from the call immediately. All right. So I think we are all good to get started. Do not lose your focus about resources. I'm going to be sharing those towards the end of the day, like we have been mentioning since yesterday. But Dilip, I think we can get started right now.
So let's get started, folks. Let me share my screen first. All right. So, hi, folks, and let's get started. I'm just arranging my screen so that everything is proper. All right. So, again, as usual, I will keep turning the chat on and off so that I have your complete attention when we are going through this. And let me explain what is it that we are going to do, right? And as Funny has mentioned, what we will be doing today is we will be doing vibe coding. Okay, we will be working on vibe coding. And vibe coding, if for those of you who are not sure, is nothing but writing code without knowing how to code, or in other words, using AI to build applications without you writing a single line of code. Okay, so that is what vibe coding is, where you're writing code without knowing how to code, or underneath, you are using AI to build applications without writing a single line of code. It is not that code is not being, so don't be under the impression that when you're doing vibe coding, code is absolutely not being written. It is just that
How
AI is writing code on your behalf, based on your instructions, and that's what is going to happen. And what is the methodology? What is the procedure to get the best possible output from AI? That's what we are going to learn today. Okay, so in the vibe coding, right, there are two portions that we are going to cover today in the next, I would say, around 2 hours or so. First part is the website. Okay, and then the next part, what we are going to cover, first is the website, and the second part is the application. Okay, we are going to cover two parts. How can you build websites with vibe coding? How can you build applications with vibe coding? So that's what we are going to cover. So in the website, we will do two things. One is existing website. How can you improve an existing website? That is part one. And then if you were to build a new website, how will you do that? That is part two. So existing website and new website, we will take a look. We will spend more time over existing website. New website, we will quickly go through it and at least understand what is it that we are trying to build, etc. So that's what we are going to do. And then application, we are going to build a simple web application. Okay, but we are going to make it AI powered. So we will have an actual AI powered web application that we are going to build in today's session. So that's the agenda for today. Over the next 2 hours or so, I will teach you how to build websites with vibe coding. I will teach you how to build web applications with vibe coding. Mobile application is out of scope for today's session. I will briefly talk about it towards the end, but I'm not going to spend time on mobile applications. So now that we have the website and the everything else, right? Just a quick check with everybody. Are you all able to follow me clearly? My voice is good. Are you able to see the screen? Everything is good, right? Okay, great. So now what we are going to do is we are going to learn from websites, and let us start from existing website first, and then we will come back to the new website. Okay. So whenever you're trying to improve an existing website, so this is the problem statement people ask. How can I improve an existing website? Like I have an existing website. How can I improve it further? How can I design it further, etc.? That is the question people have. Now, when you're trying to improve an existing website, one thing you need to realize is what are you trying to improve? That is the question. Okay, what do you mean by trying to improve an existing website? That is the question. And when I say I'm trying to improve an existing website, what it means in a way is I am trying to improve a action. Okay, a website doesn't exist in isolation. A website has a purpose. So, what is the purpose of your website? You have to first define that properly. And what is the current metrics and what are the future metrics you want to reach? Okay, so what purpose means if somebody comes on your website, what is it that one action you want them to do? And how are you designing the website, the copy, everything, so that they do that one particular action? All right. So tell me, folks, on the chat, what do you think is you have visited multiple websites, you have interacted with multiple websites. Go back to your experience, think hard on what is that one action, right? People are trying to optimize when they visit their website. You can tell any answers, okay? Anything is fine. What is that one action people are trying to do? Okay, somebody is saying login, buy the customers, payment, response time, then login, okay, selling products. Great. I think answers are all really good. Okay. So let me list down a few of the purposes. One purpose could be buy products. You want people to buy products from your website. Another purpose could be to share their email. So you want them to drop their email. Later, you will kind of nudge them to buy your product. But first, from your website, you want them to share your email. Some people are making you download brochure or ebook, etc. There can be multiple such actions. Okay, there can be multiple such actions or purpose for which people are having a website. So improving the website, which is improving the action or moving the needle towards a purpose, is to make your customers buy more customers to share your email, download brochure, or etc. etc. So the way you measure this is out of 100 people who visit, how much percentage are doing the action? Okay, out of 100 people who visit your website, how many people are buying, how many people are sharing their email, etc. Improving the website means trying to improve this action, or in other words, we call it improve the conversion. Okay, you're trying to improve the conversion. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will take the example of Outskill itself. Okay, what am I trying to improve in Outskill? Okay, that is a question. Okay, the answer is very straightforward. For Outskill, what I want to do is I want to increase the signups for the GenAI Mastermind. I want to increase the signups for the GenAI Mastermind, and that's why that is the thing I want to do. Let us assume out of 100 people, okay, currently 5 people register for the Mastermind. I want to increase it to 10 people overall. Okay, so that means I want to increase the conversion rate from 5% to 10%. Okay, so I want to increase the conversion rate from 5% to 10%. And to improve this conversion rate from 5% to 10%, I need to make my improvements. Okay, and that process is called, so this is the conversion rate. You are trying to improve the conversion. This process is called conversion rate optimization, where I'm trying to improve the conversion rate of people trying to come to my website and increase the signups for the generative AI mastermind that we are running. Okay, so now you know exactly why you want to, why you want to improve, what is the metric that you want to change for improving the website. Underneath this is all your design and copy changes that happen. So the website design, the content written on your website, etc., etc. all of that would actually change based on you moving this metric. Okay, a mistake people make is when they say, I want to change my website, I want to improve my website, etc. They think it is making design changes, UI changes, UX changes, and all that. But all of that has to be directed towards that one activity you want people visiting your website to take. Okay, so that is very, very important. Even if sometimes you feel your website does not have a purpose, for example, it's your personal portfolio, do have one action you want people to take, which can be like, hey, if you are interested in giving me some projects or hiring me or have a conversation, drop an email and I'll get in touch with you. Okay, at least that amount of thing has to be present on your website. And this is the cardinal rule when you're trying to improve the existing website. Okay, so now we will go into the design part of what we are going to do and what are the steps that are involved. So the way I typically teach and do these things is we will go more for framework, which is over tools. Okay, so you might ask me which tool are we going to use? If I use this tool, can I use that tool, etc. So my answer is you can use any tool that you want. Whatever you're going to teach you right now is absolutely tool agnostic. The focus is more on framework, which is to get the best output out of AI. So how do we get the best output out of AI is what we are trying to understand. And therefore, while I show you tools and I'll teach you the tools kind of become like optional. You can flip the tool to anything you want. Tomorrow, there is a new tool which you feel you like and it is better than the existing tools. You can swap one tool for the another. The process would not change at all. Okay, so now let us first understand the steps that we are going to do. Okay, and then I will demonstrate and then again recap the steps. So here are the steps for improving an existing website. Step number one, grab the website, whether it is the code of the website or screenshots, anything is fine. So most of the time screenshots are easy. So I will show you how with the screenshot of the website, you can grab the website. Second is critique. Okay, so based on the website that you have, you critique with respect to the event. Okay, what is the event you want to optimize, which in our case is the signups for the Generative AI Mastermind. So if I want to increase the signups for the Generative AI Mastermind, how do I critique the website? Then based on critique, rewrite or redesign. So based on the critique, I will ask for rewrite and redesign of the complete website. So what are the things that I need to do for the website, etc. Then after I redesign or rewrite, I will rebuild the website. Okay, instead of editing the previous website, the easier way for me is to rebuild the website, and I will try to rebuild the website. So for the step one is grab the website, critique, based on critique, rewrite and redesign, and then rebuild. So these are the 4 steps in our workflow that will help us build and rebuild our existing website. All right. So everybody with me so far? Everybody is following what we are going ahead with? Everybody is good? Yes? All right. So now that all of you are good, we will start the complete process. So step one, which is to grab the website. And for grabbing the website, I will go to outskill.com. Okay, and the extension I'm going to use is this extension called Go Full Page. Now, Go Full Page is an extension which is completely free of cost. It's a free Chrome extension. All right, and I am capturing the complete web page for me. All right, so I have the complete web page. I will download it. Let me save. All right, so I have downloaded the complete screenshots of the website. So this is Go Full Page extension, which I have used to download the complete website. The next part is I need to critique the website. For that, I will need a large language model, and I can choose anything like ChatGPT. The good part is I am using ChatGPT, but you can use Gemini, you can use Claude, or you can use Kimi K2. You can use any website, any large language model you are comfortable with. This process would work. Okay, if you have another extension that you're using that can take the screenshot of your website, this would work. Okay, so now what you're going to do is first we are going to attach the screenshots that we have taken, the complete screenshots of the website that we have taken. We are going to check those out. Okay, I am now attaching the complete screenshot. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Whisperflow to set up the prompts. I have attached screenshots of the complete Outskill website. My current conversion rate that for the event I'm optimizing for, that is out of the number of people visiting the website, how many people are signing up for the generative AI mastermind. Currently, it is at 5%, and I want to increase it to 10%. Act like a conversion rate optimization expert with more than 10 years of experience. Analyze every aspect of my website, the copy, the design elements, and whichever other things that you feel are relevant, and give me a complete critique on what do I need to improve to take my conversion rate, take my signups for the generative AI mastermind from 5% to 10%. So the key things I'll include, one thing is the role, what is the conversion rate optimization expert. I think the expert word has not come, so I'll just add that expert. Okay, 10 years of experience, analyze every aspect. Other thing you have to talk about is what is the event you're optimizing for, which is how many people are signing up for the generative AI mastermind, which is at 5%, and I want to increase it to 10%. This is very important. The second part you have to mention. The third part is, every aspect of the website, the copy, the design elements, which are things you feel are relevant. Okay, so conversion rate, etc. And, this is what I want to do. And whenever you're doing this process, ensure that you are on the thinking models, because thinking models work very good for this kind of approach. And in case you are on the free version of ChatGPT, ensure that you are saying thinking step by step. Okay, so here we go. So if you see here, it is now evaluating the website screenshots for the CR audit. Okay, so basically, if you open that, you will actually see code being written behind. So while we are not exactly writing the code, the system is writing the code on your behalf. So in a way, what you're doing is you are giving instructions in English, and instructions in English are being translated into code to kind of attack the task that we're asking for. Okay, so it is now what it is going to do is it is going to take the website, it will look at different sections of my website and try to figure out what are the different things that I need to do to improve. So it is looking at partner logos, investor details, prominent investor names, okay, cross-sell cards layout, footer and thumbnail placement. So it is now acting like a complete CRO expert going through each and every part of our website. Okay, so it is talking about the hero section. Hero section means nothing but the top portion of the website, which maximum people, when people come to your website, what is the portion they are going to see first? That is called the hero section. And you are able to, kind of look at the hero section, the curriculum part, the UI display. So you are checking out multiple things and you are trying to figure out what are the things that are available, etc. Okay, CRO style breakdown. So what is holding conversion back right now? Okay, so you are saying you are trying to sell everything on one page. From the screenshots, the page mixes mastermind, curriculum, mentors, testimonial, good. But there is something like upskill your team for B2B, exploring courses, business, newsletter sign up, investor backed by, etc., etc., along with the event landing page and all that. So this is what we have. And then, you have things like transform your career with AI in one weekend. It is strong visually, but there is no decision making. So how can you fix the structure with your outcome headline, for whom, what you'll be able to do, logistics, etc., and all that. Then there is an inconsistency. There is register now, join the free mastermind, etc. So I want to kind of fix that. The page is long. The first scroll does not close the loop. So I want to optimize that. Trust signals are present, but not optimized. You should kind of figure out how to use it, right? Then urgency cues look generic, lack of fake scarcity. Then you have got high impact design and UX input improvements that you want to do. Okay, these are the multiple things that it has given. Okay, it has given you multiple critique. All right. Now at this step, if you want to chat further, improve the critique further, you can do that. You can say, I want to further do this. I want to optimize this, or you can go to the next phase. All right. So the next phase, what I'll do is I will attach what is called Canvas. Okay. So Canvas is a very important tool, and I'll show you why also. And I'll say with the, let me type it out. With the critique points that you have mentioned in detail, give me a complete redesign with respect to the copy and the design elements that I need to have for my new website. Write the complete copy along with all the elements that are needed and what are the changes I need to do completely. Okay, I am just chatting right now. I'm just saying, okay, you have everything. So here do the complete landing page redesign. So the objective is to increase the registration conversion from 5 to 10%. So now it is talking about the information architecture. Like what is a new information architecture my website should have? What is the visual design system that I need to implement? What are the specs I need to implement? What are the full page copy and the section specs? Okay, so it is now designing it section by section, how the copy should look like, how the website should look like, everything. Okay, then the timeline in 48 hours, what is it that everybody is going to learn? Then proof, which is the results and the social validation. Then the instructor / mentor credibility. Then some kind of objection handling, all the FAQs that need to have. Then the final CTA, what are things to remove, what to add. Then some build notes. Etc. So now it is saying if you want to convert this into a vibe coding prompt, I can do that. Okay, and that is exactly what I want to have. All right, so now I will again add Canvas and I'll say, as you have mentioned, I want to get a single copy paste prompt for a vibe coding tool like Lovable, so that I can copy paste the prompt and actually rebuild the website from scratch. Okay, and then I will get the complete prompt that I require. So now you might be wondering one thing, right? Why did I first ask for critique rewrite and then I'm asking for the prompt? Why can't I ask the prompt directly? Okay, so what I'm doing here in all of these steps, like Vaibhav would have touched upon it, slightly. What we are doing is something called prompt chaining. Okay, the process we are doing, it's a well-known process. It's a fancy term, but what it means is I am breaking down a complex process in a step-by-step manner. I am breaking down a complex process into a step-by-step manner. And because I'm breaking the complex process step by step, the previous step becomes like a great input for my next step. Okay. So when I say based on the critique, rewrite or redesign, it crams a lot of details. Okay, so here I am putting in and getting a lot of details. And when I say make a prompt, it kind of makes it succinct, or it tries to kind of restrict the amount of details which will be needed for the prompt. So this process kind of ensures that your AI is able to think freely. And when it comes to actually cutting down and building the prompt, the important elements are not missed out. So instead of step by step, when you go for the complete process in a single shot, there is a chance that some important details are missed. That doesn't happen when you are doing the step by step process. So that you are first doing the critique becomes redesign becomes prompt building goes into rebuilding. Okay, so by now it should be ready. So you have the complete prompt. Okay, so it has built the complete thing that is required. So all I have to do is just copy. Now, one thing you can do is you can go through the copy. If you want to make some changes, you can do those changes, etc. Right? But right now, we will just take the copy. Any changes we want, we will do it right in the, we will try to do that right from the website. Okay, so now I will show you two tools. One is absolutely free of cost and other is paid. Okay, and I'll give you the comparison between the free tool and the paid tool. The free tool that I'm going to use is Google AI Studio. It is absolutely free of cost, and you can build whatever you want. But it has, because it is completely free, there are a few limitations, and I'll talk about those limitations also. And then you have the other platform where you can build the landing page. It is called Lovable, which is actually a paid tool. We will use the exact same prompt with the same inputs to both the tools, and we'll compare who has built a decent landing page. All right. So first I will paste the prompt here into Google. Okay. So I'll just, keep it sorted. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to upload the one of the screenshots. Okay. Very important to give a visual reference and not just leave it to, the chance. Okay. So I'm attaching the screen capture, the screenshot of the website so that I know that this is the visual reference that I'm giving. Okay. I will send the prompt. All right. Similarly, I go to Lovable. Same way, I will attach the same file that I have put in before. Okay, I'll copy the prompt. All right, and I'll allow it to build. Okay, so now what is happening is it is now going to start going through the prompt and start building it out. And here you can see it has already started building out your complete landing page or your website. So your complete website redesign, as you can see, is happening over here. So as the website redesign happens, let us now review the steps we have taken for revision. Okay. The step number one is you grab the website, either it can be code or the screenshot. Screenshots is easy to capture. And once you grab the screenshots, you use what is called as the Go Full Page Chrome extension. So I use the Go Full Page Chrome extension to grab the complete website. Then I critique the website, and for this I can use ChatGPT. I have used ChatGPT, and thinking model is preferred. If you don't have a thinking model, you are in a free plan, you kind of enforce the prompt line saying think through step by step or think carefully. That will automatically enforce it to use the thinking models underneath. Then based on critique, rewrite, and redesign, that is also ChatGPT. and it could be Claude or etc. Then we converted that into a prompt by saying that we want a copy paste prompt that I can put in Lovable, and then rebuild. We are rebuilding in Lovable, which is paid. So Lovable paid is around $25 per month, the paid plan, and they give you like 100 credits per month. Okay, and credits are dependent on the task. Okay, so when you're saying $25, you are getting 100 credits. Okay, you can calculate actually 100 credits, $25. So each credit becomes $0.25. So if you want to estimate the cost, right, you have to look at how many credits have been consumed. So once this is done, we will take a look a little bit about the credits. But my estimate is it will take close to 5 credits for this job. I have around 16 credits right now. So I think it should take close to 5 credits for building the website. And so in a way, the cost of building this website is $1.25. Okay. So there is a cost involved, but the cost involved is very, very less. That's what I want to kind of mention. So we are using Google AI Studio as the free version. So Google AI Studio, it's very good, and it has some subtle differences and some features which are not available. I'll talk about those. Okay, but more or less, if you want to just test out a website or you want to build something free of cost, you can use Google AI Studio. But you need to understand that not everything can be got free of cost. If you ask me, hey, without spending a single rupee, can I do everything? It is not possible because AI is very costly. It is runs on GPUs. GPUs require servers. Servers require electricity. Very, very costly energy usage happens. So not everything can be given free of cost. So if you want a decent output, free will work. But you want the best possible output and you are expecting some miracles to happen, you have to kind of move ahead and pay for that. Okay, very important to do that. So this is the complete process, as I said. Okay, so let's check and see if somebody has already built. There you go. Google AI Studio has already built out your websites. You can look at it, build real GenAI workflows in 2 days. You can use it work next week, live hands-on workshop, and it is join the free mastermind. When I say join the free mastermind, it is asking you to put your name, email, and phone number, and you can join. And look at this. The design language is quite similar to Outsell, while it has given very clear indications. And look at this. It is very clearly mentioning that anytime you are scrolling, right, you want to sign up, you have the sticky sign up over here where you can click and directly sign up. So it is ensuring that wherever you are, whatever you want to do, you are able to click and you are able to sign up quickly. And if you're interested in looking at the code is all present here. You can download the code, etc. All of that you can do. That is the preview available. You can download it, etc. In case you want to publish this website in Google, so you'll have to say deploy, and you need to set up your Google Cloud account, and they give you some free credits in the beginning, but once the credits expire, you'll have to pay for that. Okay, so not everything is free. You cannot think that, okay, I'll host also for free. Initially, you can host for free, but beyond a point, you will have to pay for the stuff. Okay, so I have got all of this information. Some copy here and there is off. Okay, you can even correct it by kind of setting it up. For example, the next cohort dates maybe are wrong. I can say the next cohort. I can say the next cohort dates are something like Feb 22, 23. Just let us assume that these are the next cohort dates. Okay. So I said the next cohort dates are 20 Feb 22, 23. So then I will try to understand that these are the cohort dates. One more thing is you should understand that behind these vibe coding tools, it is the agents which are at play. So the agents are the ones who are running behind these vibe coding tools and trying to build all this stuff. It is the agent who is trying to do everything. Okay, so as it fixes this part, let us check on Lovable what is happening. So Lovable has also built it. Look at this. The font is better. And here also there's a sticky one, register. And if I click on it, I can go where it is, build this thing. It has picked up Feb 15, 16, live on Zoom, etc. Then by Monday, you'll have assets you can use. See, the copy is the same. The design elements are different. Then 48 hours, that changes how you work. Thousands have used this approach to ship faster, learn from builders, not commentators, etc. and all that. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll show you how you can add a new things like instructors, etc. and all that. So there you go. The February 22nd, 23rd date has been fixed. So any changes you want to make, you can actually fix it right away. And you see these restore buttons. Anytime you feel that something has broken and you want to go to the previous version, you can click on the previous version and that will be restored. Okay, so now suppose I want to make some changes. For example, these are the changes that I want to make. Okay, so suppose this is the change I want to do. Right, so I will say I want to add 3 instructors over here. Okay, and let me say add Vaibhav Sisinti, yes, delete and Gare. And just for the sake of trying to see if it is able to read the LinkedIn profiles, I will put the LinkedIn profiles of each of us. All right, so this is my LinkedIn profile. So I'll put that over here. Then I'll put my mouse. I'll put it here. And then I will put Shantanu. Okay. And put it here. And then I'll say make those edits. So here what I'm doing is, so this part is not available inside Google AI Studio. In Google AI Studio, you just have to tell what you have to change and everything. But Lovable helps you to actually edit the the right portions. Okay, so when you want to edit something, a visual edit that you want to do, you can actually select that element and you can actually see that Lovable is working to ensure that those visual edits are done. So this is the other mode, which is the visual edit mode. If you want to do it in the other mode, you can do that. But you can also go back to the chat and you can tell this. Okay, so there you see, learn from builders exactly. And because I have given the LinkedIn, and you can check out my LinkedIn also, so that you can check it out. Or you can check Vaibhav's LinkedIn, or you can check anybody's LinkedIn. If you check the LinkedIn, right, it actually has picked up exactly the line that you can work for. Okay, so AI strategy is what you will learn from Vaibhav, etc. And if I want to change anything else, I can change that overall. So I have added the instructors also to my landing page. Okay, so with the title and everything, and if I want, when I click on this, I'm going to actually go to the LinkedIn profile. So if I say I click on something, it is connected it to the LinkedIn profile directly. So that is the beauty behind this design that we have done. Okay, so like this, I can vibe code and I can add all of my design elements that are required. Okay, every design element that I want, I can put that, etc. And I can, build this complete thing overall that I need to build. Okay, so this is a way you can, you can kind of build your website, and this is exactly the process step by step to do that. All right, so now let us go into the second part, which I told I'll just work upon. What if you were to build a new website? Okay, so can you guys give me suggestions? What is the new website that you want to build? So you give me an idea of a new website, a new thing, a new idea that you want to build. Okay, somebody said a fashion store, a clothing website, etc. Okay, let us take a fashion as a reference. Okay, we want to build a fashion store. All right. So now to build the fashion store, if you want to build the new website, the process again remains the same. Instead of existing website, I will say pick a reference website. Okay, take a website which is reference. Don't take a website which I would say is something which is already very popular in your area, or you can take two, three websites which are popular and try to give a combination of the same. Okay, so let me show you that workflow. So, for example, I can go to fashion website. So I'll say fashion website. I can go for a template if I want, or I can actually go for other fashion website. So there is this get catch. There is this design element, which is very trendy design element. Okay, so you will need to look for what is the website that appeals to you overall. This is also one way of website. Then you have the other website, so on and so forth. So you have got multiple websites. Okay, so what I can do is I can take the screenshot of this. So I'll show you one method. I can take a stop uh, screenshot. Okay, I'll store it. All right. So then I'll try to take something which is very different from shopper stop. Maybe this one. Okay, so let me take the screenshot of this. Okay, I have taken these both. Now what I'll do is I'll go to ChatGPT, open a new chat, and now I'll upload those two screenshots I have taken. So basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to merge those screenshots and get a new type of thing. I have attached two screenshots, one of Shopper's Stop aesthetic and another is Anita Dongre, which is a different aesthetic. I want to maintain the premium aesthetic of Anita Dongre while having a few elements from Shopper Stop. So can you give me the composite design language that I need to use to build this website? And then I will tell you for what website I want to do the copy. So I have given it the complete two aesthetics, and I'm wanting it to, try to, kind of take those two aesthetics and find a composite design. So it should not feel something like everything else, but it should feel a little different. Okay. I think I gave a wrong screenshot. That's okay. But the idea is typography, color, keeping a premium feel with an accurate, balanced approach. Okay, so if you actually see, it is checking all the things that are required. Okay, so it has given the section structure, the typography, all the design language is present. Now here you will tell more about what your business is, what are the things you need to build, etc. You can build, you can give that complete understanding. And then when you say you want to then put the website for the same, it will build you the prompt that you can build the website. Okay, so this is the only step that is there. After that, you again do the same process. You write the copy plus design. Then you do the prompt and then you rebuild in any of the platforms. Okay. Any of the platforms you can use to rebuild the complete website, and that would work. I will not go into the details with this because we need to move to the next portion and we have a lot more things to build. But this is exactly the process that you will use. Always try to work with a reference website, because you should understand that if somebody has already built it and they have not changed much, you can make a very valid assumption that that is working for them. So look at your competitors, try to arrive at a blended design and then test it out and see and keep making changes as you move forward. Okay, that's how you do that. All right, so let us look at how many things, how many prompts it has used. So around it has used close to 4 prompts. Okay, so 4 credits have been used for what we had done so far. So 4 credits becomes $1. So we have spent $1 to actually build this complete website. And here, of course, it is $0 you have spent to build this complete website. On Lovable, if you want to publish, there is this publish button. You can enter your URL, or you can even add your custom domain and you can publish. You can review the security of your website. You can kind of check it out. Yours is a very simple website right now, so there are not much security issues that you can see. You want to add multiple pages, you can further vibe code and say, I want to add a different page connecting here. I want to add a different page connecting to this button, etc. You need to have clarity. Okay. Once you have clarity and you explain what is it that you want to build, you can actually build whatever you want. All right. So folks, how are we doing so far? Did you like what we have done for the website? We have taken an existing website, we have taken a new website, and we have built it completely from scratch in these last few minutes right in front of you. Okay, so this is the first part where we have, trying to, do this. Okay, now one more thing is, if you want to edit in Google, you can, of course, take screenshots, edit there. I have not shown you that. Here it is, what I'm doing is I'm trying to click the design element and do that. I don't have that in Google. Like, I cannot click the element and make some changes. I'll have to explain that. Okay, that is a difference which somebody has mentioned on the chat, so I'm clarifying that. All right, so this is the first part of our session wherein we have built our website. Both we have seen how you can do with a improving an existing website as well as build a new website. We have done all of that. Okay, so now what we'll do is I will close all of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off the new process, which is our web application. As I said, I'm not going to talk about the mobile application. I'm going to talk about the web application right now, and we will try to build out the web application. So before we get into that, I'll need to give you the fundamentals of product architecture. When engineers actually build a product, what are the things that happen on the back end? We will try to understand product architecture, and I'll teach you product architecture. I'll teach you this product architecture from the POV of movies. Okay, let us go into movie production and understand what product architecture is. So let us assume that you are watching the latest movie that has kind of released in the theaters and you are enjoying the movie in the theaters, and the movie would be around 2 to 3 hours long. What you need to understand is what you see in the movie is a result of a lot of hard work that is invisible, and there is a lot of process that happens to bring that movie to life on the screen. So let us take a sneak peek into the process that brings the movie to life. First, every scene that is shot, you have to ensure that your actors are available for the shoot. They don't have overlapping schedules, in the sense that an actor has a appointment to shoot for the same scene at different places. That cannot be possible. You will have to have the actor present there overall. And for that, you need a set of people who are managing everything. Plus, when you're shooting a scene, you need to ensure that if you're shooting one scene and the next scene, there is some kind of continuity. Like if you're saying next day something has happened, the hero who has short hair shouldn't suddenly have long hair. Okay, so all those things have to be taken care of. So you have the assistant directors and the production controllers who kind of ensure that what is being shot and what is being shown, there is absolutely everything is in sync. Okay, so you have got the additional assistant directors and the production controllers who are working behind the scenes. Now, other thing you need to understand is for 2 to 3 hours of movie, almost 100 to 150 hours of footage is shot, because every scene has multiple cameras, every scene has multiple cameras plus multiple takes. So if you kind of calculate, you have at least 100 hours of footage which is being shot, which is then edited into 2 to 3 hours. And let us assume that 100 hours of footage is stored in some secure place called the vault. All the digital thing is stored in a secured server database called vault. And then there is an editing team which works on this 100 hours of footage and edits the footage. Okay, so this team works on the footage, edits the footage, and try to get it to the 2 to 3 hours of footage that we have just discussed. Then you have third-party services. Not every piece of movie making is done in studio. There are some parts of it which are outsourced to other players. One very important part which is typically outsourced is VFX. VFX is typically given to a different provider, and these VFX are integrated by somebody else. You don't try to pick that up yourself. Okay, so now you are wondering, why is Dilip talking about movie making when you are here vibe coding? Okay, now we'll do the connections. So the part of the movie that you experience in the theater, sitting in the reclining seats, etc., that is front end. So the part of the product or the website that you see on your screen, that you see in your mobile, that is front end. Okay, the part that you see in front of you, that is front end. Then the background process that ensures that you get the right information at the right time and everything is in sync, that is the back end. Okay, so a product consists of both the front end and the back end. And when you're building the product, you are actually doing both the front end and the back end. Okay, for a website, typically what we have seen is we have built only the front end. But for the web application, you will build both the front end as well as the back end. You will kind of build both the front end and the back end for your product. Okay, so now that you are going to build both the front end or the back end of your product, all right. So if you're trying to build the front end and back end of your product, you have to ensure that both of them are in sync. And when you are doing the vibe coding, you have to build both of them together. Okay, so front end is the part of it that the user interacts with. Back end is the invisible engine that powers your front end. And the different components are ADs and production controllers are nothing but analogous to something called APIs, which ensure that the front end and the back end are in sync. Then you have got the vault, which is the database where information is stored overall. Then you have the editing team, which is the server, which is going to operate on your database and give you the output, which is shared with the front end. Then you have got the third-party integrations, which is called SDK, Special Development Kits. For example, you have something called OpenAI SDK, you have something called Claude Agent SDK, and you can use OpenAI SDK, Claude Agent SDK as you want to kind of build your own kind steps of tools. All right. So now this is product architecture 101. A quick, giving a quick this thing. Front end is what you experience on your screen. Back end is something invisible, but works as an engine which is invisible to kind of provide all the outputs in the front of the screen. Okay, that is exactly what happens in product architecture. So for those of you who are techies, who know coding, I want to give a disclaimer. This is an oversimplistic explanation. This is so that non-technical people can also understand the process of product architecture. And that's why I have explained this completely in this particular manner. All right. So folks, have you understood the basics of product architecture, at least from a basic analogous point of view? Yes. All right. Awesome. So now that we have understood the basic analogous approach with respect to this, right? What we are going to do. So what we are going to do is this, now that we have this idea, okay, now that we have this idea, the next part is we are going to go deeper. We are going to understand a bit more into how to vibe code a web app. Okay, and the secret sauce here, like how I talked about the secret sauce for a website, is to identify the event, optimizing the event, etc. So how to vibe code the web app, the thing of what to build is very, very important. So this is the important question that you need to answer. What do I build is the portion that you need to address. And what we'll do is I will go from a complete vague idea to a working product. A complete vague idea to a working product in like approximately an hour or so. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to talk about what to build. Take a completely vague idea and move it towards a complete working product. That's what we are going to understand. So how to vibe code a web application, right? So again, the secret sauce here is to get clarity on what to build. And there are a few workflows. Again, the framework for vibe coding that we are going to go through, it is slightly different from what you have seen. So the only assumption is you have a vague idea of what you want to build, and then you can crystallize. So the step one is from the vague idea, get like a list of features. Okay, from a vague idea, get like a list of features. Second step is competitor analysis. Okay, I want to do a proper competitor analysis and understand the features that they provide so that I can kind of combine and build it out. Third step is from all the expanded set of features, I want to come to top features of my first build. What are the top features of my first application that I want to build? Then I will write what is called a PRD. Okay, we will come to these terms. Don't worry, we will build these terms again. I will try to build a product requirements document. So I have a PRD. I'll try to build the product requirements document. Okay, so I have the vague idea. I'll try to get like the list of features. I have the competitor analysis. I have expanded features which I can use for the top features of my first build, PRD, prompt. Okay, from PRD, I'll come to the prompt. After prompt, I will build. Okay, these are a set of feature steps that I'll going to do. And here, what I'm going to do is instead of using ChatGPT, because you have seen ChatGPT a lot, we will go to some other tool and try to build. And this time, what I'm going to do is to just give you some variety. I'm going to actually build this particular product in Replit. Okay, it's another vibe coding tool, just to show that I can use it in any tools that I want. I'm changing the tools because I want to show you that irrespective of the tool that you're trying to build with, you can use any of the framework would still work. So instead of ChatGPT plus Lovable plus Google Studio, which we have used in the previous one, I will still retain Google Studio because that is a free product. So I want to show you how it looks like on free. I will use Claude plus Replit plus Google AI Studio to show you this entire stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to build, the vague idea I thought I'll do is AI calorie counter. So I will build a AI calorie counter application process. So step number one, okay. First thing I will do is I want to build a calorie counter application, an AI powered calorie counter application. Can you give me the set of features that I can build? Okay, I'll say I want to build an AI powered calorie counter application. Can you give me a set of features that I can build? So it is now giving me a solid set of core features that I can build. Okay, photo based food recognition, voice, food logging, personalization, smart insights, integrations and data, advanced differentiators, and I can do anything that I want. Okay, so I can use it to build anything that I want. So this is the first set of features that I can build. Okay, so now that I have understood this part, that these are the set of features that I can build. Now what I'll do is I will do competitor analysis. So this is the important step. So I'll go to Perplexity. Okay, and Perplexity I will tell I'm actually planning to build a AI-powered calorie counter application. Can you tell me the list of apps or websites, which have paid plans so that I can actually look into the features they're offering in their paid plans to actually think of building a completely monetizable website or an app overall. Okay, so what is the monetization part that I want to build? Okay, so there are some different premium subscriptions that it is mentioning. Okay, so let us try to, kind of go ahead and do that. I'll take few examples. One is MyFitnessPal. Okay, I'll go to MyFitnessPal. Here, I'll have to search for the premium version. So typically they are present at the bottom of the website. So go to premium. And then you scroll for the table. Okay, so these are the kind of price comparison tables that are available, which can actually help you to build that. So I will take a screenshot of this. Okay, this is MyFitnessPal. Then I will go to something called Yazio. So let us search for Yazio Pro. Okay. So I want to see the paid versions. Sometimes some sites it is very difficult to find those paid version. Okay, so we can drop this, we can check another one. Then I have Lifesum Premium. Am I able to get that? Okay, this also is not available. That's fine. Let me go to Carb Manager Premium. So this is the process, right? You'll have to do some. Okay, it is saying premium. Typically, it has sets of features. Okay, premium features which make a difference. Look at this. So this is what you are looking for. This table. Okay, so I will take a screenshot of this. Okay, so I have got more such features. Let me check these other ones. There is some AI Fitia is present. Let me check for Fitia. Okay, AI calorie counter and various plans. And am I able to find some free versus premium? Okay, so again, this is the great part. Okay, so you need to kind of find such tables. All right, so for example, I'll take a screenshot of this. Okay, this part already is present. So I have these multiple screenshots that I have taken. Okay, so I have used Perplexity to kind of do some competitor analysis and taken a lot of screenshots. So now what we are going to do is we will kind of work with those screenshots. We will attach all the screenshots. And I'll say, I have done some competitor analysis and attached the screenshots of pricing pages of multiple applications that are available. And now I want to look at all of these features and try to build out these sets of, I want to get a comprehensive feature list without any bars on what are the various features that I can build. So basically, I have done competitor analysis. I have taken screenshots. I am saying, looking at this similar calorie counter app, so it is going to consolidate everything and everything else. So I'll say features I can build, give it as a chat output. No need. So it is going to unnecessarily kind of use a few other things which I don't want. Give it as a chatbot. No need for any markdown, etc. for now. So now it is going to build me like a complete comprehensive food logging input. What are the multiple sets of features? Okay, so while this looks disorganized right now, bear with it. So this is again the approach where I am asking AI to think in an unbridled manner first, then I'm going to do the restriction. Okay, I will first allow it to go think in any way it wants, and then going to put the restriction and ensure that we have the right set of features. So let it give all the complete set of features that it wants to build. Okay, so this advantage is this actually gives you like a complete 1 year roadmap of what are the various features that you need to build for your AI calorie counter application, and you're starting from here. Okay, these are 100 plus distinct features across various categories. So now that we have what we have done so far, we have taken the app and we have kind of expanded the set of features. Now, what we need to do is we need to now come to the completely few set of features that you want to build. Okay, so we have done the vague idea, competitor analysis, expanded features. Now we need to get to the top set of features for the first build. Okay, so getting these sets of features, this is the concept called MVP or minimum viable product. What MVP means is this. Let us assume that you are building a new house for yourself. What are the minimum sets of things that are required for you to occupy a house? Okay, so guys, you can tell me on the chat, what are the things that you require to occupy a house? Let me know what are the things you'll require just so that you can, occupy the house. Rooms, somebody is saying rooms, water, walls, some furniture, some boundary, right? People are saying furniture, but without furniture also, I can just use a mattress and I can occupy the house, right? I think yes, I think one of the great things people have said, and I think I already got the answer. Electricity, water, gas, and the basic structure, I'm good. Even you don't require gas also. I can live on Swiggy, Zomato for a few days before I get the gas. I can occupy the house and I can figure it out later. So the non-negotiables for me before I occupy the house is the basic painting should be done, electricity should be there, water should be there, and some basic amenities which I require should be there. With that, I can kind of occupy the house. Then the fiber net, internet, etc., and all that, I can use it later. So the bare amount of essentials that you need to acquire to occupy the house. Similarly, what are the bare essential set of features you need to build to at least have users use your app? That is what is called MVP or the minimum viable product. What are those extremely bare essential set of features that you want your app to kind of, what are the bare essential set of features that you want to build? What is the app you want to build? That is what MVP means. So out of this 100 plus sets of features, I am going to pick only 3 to 4 features which will be part of my first build. And that is arriving at the MVP. So let us do that now. From this expanded set of features, I want to build my minimum viable product. I want to identify the 3 to 4 features that I can use for the minimum viable product. In that, I want a good 2 to 3 core features, which are the mainstay of my app, and one differentiator feature, which is something that will really differentiate my app throughout. So give it to me in the descending order of priority to you in the form of a neat table so that I can look at the table and understand what the output is. So 2 to 3 core features and one differentiator feature, etc. Again, it is invoking core feature is give it as a chat. So why I'm stopping this is when it goes into that mode, it kind of uses a lot of tokens. I don't want to do that. So I'm asking it to actually build it out. Okay, so it has given me one recommended option, but always good is give me 2 to 3 more options. Okay, so it is saying voice logging with natural language, multi-food plate parsing, AI meal suggestions based on remaining budget. It is saying voice food logging with natural language. Then I have got the photo food logging AI powered, daily calorie and macro dashboard. Okay, then custom goals and diet profile. Okay, so I can. So what I'll say is, I want to go with the photo food logging AI powered, the daily calorie and macro dashboard, along with the custom goals and diet profile. And in the diet profile, I want you to ask people whether they're vegetarian or non-vegetarian. And as a differentiator, I think I will kind of go with AI meal suggestions based on remaining budget. So once I have logged in my food, I want to go with AI suggestions based on the remaining budget. Okay. And I'll say, build me a PRD in Markdown for the set of features I selected. Okay. So let it build. So basically what I am doing is I am building a product requirements document. So what is a product requirements document? This is something that a product manager, kind of mentions as to the technical specification of the product that he provides to the engineering team. Okay, exactly what should I build? What is the scope of your build? What to build, what not to build? What are the assumptions you need to make? All of that product requirement, the product management makes a complete technical requirement document that passes on to the engineering team. So what I'm doing is I am treating Claude like a product manager who is building the PRD. And once I get the comprehensive PRD document, that comprehensive PRD document, I will condense it into the prompt. Okay, again, the same approach we used for the website. I will first build the complete comprehensive product requirements document, and then I will condense it into the prompt. Okay. If you see here, it is building the complete prompt for the calorie counter MVP. So these CGP that you are seeing, right? Those are something like the key features. And typically one small feature is built by one or two engineers. Or, if there is this very small feature that is picked up by one engineer, or one engineer will pick three features, another engineer will pick other three features, etc. So it kind of maps what is it that the user can do, has to do completely, so that it becomes super clear. So the complete user flow, what is present, what are the different things that you need to do, the suggestion logic, all of that, it is trying to map it out. Okay, as it is doing this, right, there is one more important element we need to take care, and that is the design language. What is the design language of your application? All right. So for the design language of the application, what I'll do is I will go to this site called uh, Super Design. Okay, there is this app called Super Design, which has multiple different, kind of products that are available. Okay, so there are some AI first products you can look at. There are some different products that you can see. Okay, so there is this, the nature installed thing. So you see here, it is a nature installed type product, etc. that it has kind of looked at it. And this is a design language which can suit well for our AI calorie counter application because it is a similar kind of language. So all I have to do is I will say copy the full prompt. Okay, I can copy the full prompt, or I can copy the style. I can copy the prompt. Okay, so I can copy the style prompt so that I can replicate these design elements for my app that I'm trying to build. Okay, so the name of this website is app.superdesign.dev. Okay, when in the recap, I'll again mention it's a free site. The paid part of the website is when you want to actually, I mentioned about taking a screenshot. Instead of screenshot, if you want to grab the code of a website, that part is paid. But if you want just the style of some things, that is that is absolutely free of cost. So I'm kind of copying the prompt. I'll come back here and my comprehensive PRD. Okay, look at this. The complete functional requirements, the user stories, you don't have to worry about what the user story is, etc. and all that. It is all present. I'll say, I want to convert this PRD into a prompt so that I can use it in a vibe coding tool like Replit to build it out. Understand that I need to provide more guidelines than actual instructions because it's an agent that is building this out. While building this, I want it to be, while it needs to be mobile responsive, don't make the design completely like a mobile type application. It should be a mobile responsive web application that I'm looking for. And I'm going to copy paste the design language that I want. Try to build a prompt that in Markdown that will follow the design language that I specify below. Okay, so this is the PRD. I want to convert into the prompt and I'll copy the design language. So this is the complete design language that I have specified below. The style, the spec, the corners, etc. All of that I have specified. Okay, so when I use this, I can kind of build it for anything else. Okay, so instead of me explaining what the design is, I will go to superdesign.dev to actually copy paste the style that I like, and I'm going to incorporate that style when I build my MVP. Okay, so now that you know what to build, I will add the style elements, and now I'm going to create the prompt in Markdown. That is the prompt we are going to paste. Okay, let us go. So now it is going to build the complete prompt that I will require for the guidelines for everything else that we are looking for. So while it feels right, why is this process so hard or why are we doing these steps, etc. See, the building applications is not at all hard. Okay, you can go and say to Replit, build me a AI-powered calorie counter application. You can build there. But the idea is we want to build an application that feels premium, that feels very good, and also feels like, somebody has actually coded this, doesn't really look like a vibe coded stuff, or make it premium so that users feel happy while looking at it. Right. So that is exactly what we are trying to build over here. And that's the reason why we are going with this approach where we are spending quite a bit of time on what to build. All right. And again, when we come to the PRD, when we come to the vibe coding prompt or etc., whatever you're trying to build, right? All of those options that you're trying to build, right? You are trying to ensure that you are building it in the right specification so that you can build and use whatever you want. And again, I'm doing a compressed version of the process. When we actually build applications, I will go through the PRD. I will say this user story, remove this user story, keep it back. Because one thing, not just with vibe coding, with AI, you are the decision taker. You take decisions based on what you see. AI is just going to amplify your options, but you have to own the decision at the end. So that amplification, the process that we're trying to build, everything that we are trying to see, right? All of that is exactly what we are trying to build over here. Okay. Now on the database part, I am using local storage over here. But if I want to kind of use the data set, I can definitely do that. So I have the Nourish AI vibe coding prompt. So I copy it. I'll go back to the start over here. I'll paste it and I'll say build. Here I won't give any screen reference, etc., because I have exactly built it out. Then I go to Replit. I describe the app. Okay, I'm calling it a web app only, and I will say start. So both of them have this exact same prompt. Okay, so you have the exact same prompt. One is the calorie tracker AI, and other is the AI that you want to build. So Google has already started building it out. Replit has also started building it out. Okay, and we will now is the time you have to be patient when it is building. So as it is building, what I'll do is I will show you I'll recap the complete process step by step, and then I'll also try to show you some other apps that you can use with. Okay, so let's get started. So I will uh, show you the complete thing. So step one is get a vague idea, which is like get like a list of features. So if you remember, we have used Claude to get the solid set of features to start off with. That is the first process. Then what we have done is we went into Perplexity, and in Perplexity, we try to get a list of competitors. And for all the list of competitors, we try to get the complete set of features. Okay. So, and typically the way we had done is you try to go for the pricing pages. So pricing pages is a good place to kind of check out all your sets of features. So do check out pricing pages to get the complete set of features. Once you get the complete set of features on the pricing pages, you do the competitor analysis for everything. Then you do the expanded set of features based on the pricing page screenshots that you are given. Okay. The more screenshots you give, the more comprehensive the list of features becomes. Then those expanded set of features that you have got, from the expanded set of features, you come to the top features of your first build, which is your minimum viable product. Minimum viable product is the bare minimum set of features you want to build for your user. So that is the bare MVP product that is present. Then for the MVP, once you have decided on the MVP, you try to get the list of options from AI, but you have to take the decision that this is exactly what I want to build. Okay, so this is the expanded set of features, the MVP set of features that you want to build. Then you try to build the product requirements document. All right. So then you try to build the product requirements document where you explain the PRD, you explain what the product manager is doing, the engineering team is doing, etc. And then from the product requirements document, you try to come to the prompt. Before you come to the prompt, you have to arrive at a design decision. For that, we used superdesign.dev, wherein we looked at various animation styles or the various website styles, and whichever style you want, we copied the prompt. And then if you remember this is the set of features. We then try to get the comprehensive set of features. Then we try to get to the table with the core set of features and the complete set of features that we wanted. After we went into that, we got a lot of options. We chose the options that we wanted to work with. Then we got the complete product requirements document. Product requirements document, we then built the prompt. Okay. Now, what are the core features of the prompt? So that when you are building your own prompts, what are the things you need to understand that is there? First, ensure that the proper context is present. Like, what is this app about? Then the tech stack guidelines. What are the tech stacks? Usually you can kind of you can go with the user guidelines that the app directly gives if you're a non-tech person. If you're a tech person, you can tell, okay, you know what, I am very particular about this tech stack. Okay. So I have said it should be mobile responsive, but not a mobile only design. Okay. Then I have a design system which is called Forest and Sage, where I have given the color palette, the typography, etc. All of this you don't have to worry because you have copy pasted the design, the style prompt from Super Design that is automatically present over here. Then the app structure and the navigation, the onboarding flow, the rest of the flow, the photo food logging, right? Then the AI meal suggestions. All right, then the settings, then the behavior, the UX guidelines, file structure suggestion, and the launch checklist. Okay, so this is all basic enough in amount of information that you will provide with your prompt. And all the hard work we have done so far is to kind of come to this good level of prompt that you can paste. Okay. In a way, what you're doing here is we are doing a complex workflow of prompt engineering to get the right set of features that you want to build. Because see, everybody has access to this set of features. So it is not about what, how to build. It is what to build, the clarity that, kind of becomes the make or break of your set of products. Okay. So let us see what's happening. Okay, already one version of Nourish is built. So I'll say allow. Okay, Nourish AI, your AI nutrition companion. I'll say get started. I'll say male. I'll put some age. Next. So I want to lose weight. And next, I am moderatively active. Next, dietary preference is vegetarian. See my plan, so on and so forth. Okay. So this is the complete thing. And look at this. There is this subtle animation that it has added based on the design language that we have given, which looks pretty neat. Okay. So now what I'll do is I will, log this thing. I'll take photo. So basically by taking photo, I'm actually going to upload this thing. So I will say, so this is the pizza photo that I have uploaded. Look at this. Okay. So then it is saying one, medium pizza approx 12 inches. Okay. Confirm and log, I will mention. So there are this already so much of features that I have already logged. Then I'll check what should I eat. So AI is thinking, what should I eat? Okay, here if you see, there is a lot of things which are happening. So it is building it out here. So anytime there is an error, we can do this. Okay. So it is saying to reach your daily protein goal, you have to eat this. I can say show different options and I can kind of do that. So a few suggestions I will give. For any food that I'm capturing by, using the photograph, I want to have a component wherein I can actually input how much portion I'm having. Okay, it can estimate the portion from the photograph, but actual portions that I had, I want to maintain a control. So I want to add that set of feature. And I also want, to kind of, for the options of food that I need to have, I also want a section wherein I can click on the recipe and a recipe should pop up for me to show that this is the recipe that I need to have. Add this additional sets of features. Okay, so the basic version of your app is ready. So now what you're doing is you are trying to, add this additional set of features so that you can kind of take it forward from there. All right. So you have these complete set of features that you have built. So this is the iterative manner you build. So first you build the minimum viable product. After you build the minimum viable product, you add the additional set of features, which you can then try to build it forward. Okay, so when it is building, you will have to leave it undisturbed. So this also is building for you. Okay, so here it has built the complete, the web page, but it is still trying to, do the testing and everything, etc. So it is doing this part. So let the both kind of build it out. Okay, as it builds, I will show you one cool workflow, which can, which will be helpful for you to, write your resumes, etc. So for that, you will need to kind of take a look at my LinkedIn page again. So in case people missed it, I'll just put it over here, my LinkedIn profile. So there is this neat application called AI Docs. Okay, so for example, this is GenSpark AI Docs, and I can choose this template which I can use for my resume. Okay, so I'll say here is my LinkedIn profile. I give it my LinkedIn profile, and then I'll say here is the job description I am applying for. So I can just do a quick Google search on a job description. So I'll say a tech leader or generative AI initiative jobs. So let me see. Okay, so there is a job description over here, which is a generative AI tech lead, etc., and all that. Okay, so this looks like a suitable one. I'll copy this and I'll go to GenSpark and I'll say this is the job description I'm applying for. Analyze my LinkedIn profile, know about who I am, analyze the job description, know what the requirements are, and can you make a very customized resume that can actually help me in getting shortlisted and go for the interview. So don't try to fake any information. Just look at my LinkedIn profile and try to optimize the same. Okay, and I'll run it. So I've given the LinkedIn profile, I have given the JD I'm applying for, and then it is going to read those particular this thing, and then it is going to optimize the resume for this thing. So what it does is it will try to kind of get the complete this thing. Okay. Uh, it is asking for additional details. I'll say use the details you have. Okay. I'll ask you to do that, but if I want, I can provide some additional details if I have a proper a normal resume. And now it will create a customized resume based on the requirements. Okay, so what it does is it will look at my profile, which is the LinkedIn profile I have shared. Then it will look at the job description, and now it is going to create a customized resume tailored. So one thing is you can do it on ChatGPT also, but there it will only give you the content but not the document. Okay, so this content and the document, if you want to use, you can use GenSpark. When you sign up, it will give you some free credits that you can use. So the free credits are more or less sufficient for you to develop all of that. So you don't have to really worry about that. And you can use it to do this. And once it is done, and you can actually see it building the resume right in front of you. Okay, so it is building the complete resume with all my details. And you can see that most of the details, right? These are real details scraped from my LinkedIn profile. Okay. And if you actually check here, it will, I think, come in some time. You look at this, I can download this as a Word document or as a PDF and directly upload it onto that website. Okay, so wherever I want, I can kind of check for it, and I can, if I want to make any adjustments, I can do those adjustments. But typically, if I want to make ready-made resumes for multiple jobs that I want to customize for, this is a great workflow that you can use. Let's come back. Let's check what's happening. Okay, so it is built and tested. Okay, so if I can now test it out completely to see how it is working over here. So let me say get started. This thing, I'll just put some date. Okay. Put this, continue, lose weight, moderate, target, I'll say 98, activities moderate, I'm vegetarian, looks good, let's go. I'll say log food. I'll say choose from gallery. So this one is neater. It is saying choosing from gallery, etc. I'll take the same pizza. Okay. So there is an error. Okay. So what I can do is, so it is good that we have encountered errors, because then I can do this part. So I can upload the screenshot of the error that we just got it. Got this error when I am trying to log a food by uploading the picture. Okay, let us check here what is happening. So I'll say get started. Again, I'll have to give in those details. Okay, so let me take the photo. So it has kind of looked at it. Then it has figured out that there is some problem. So it is only fixing that problem for us. Okay. So now here is the thing. It is saying estimated portion size, my portion multiples. So I'll say 0.5x right now. I'll confirm. Okay, so one slice approx is what I have put. Now I'll say, what should I eat? So basis the pizza, it is now giving some kind of suggestions. And one good thing is, anytime I kind of feel that the feature has broken, I can always go back to the previous this thing. So for example, if I want to say soya chunk vegetable biryani, I'll say view the recipe. I can view this recipe. I can close it. Okay. And if I want to log something, I'll say log. And I can have the log also there. And if I want, I can delete the feature also. So this is the thing for which is thinking through what are the rest of the features that I want to log for. and I can show various different options. Okay, so far so good. Everything is fine. The settings are there. I can go back to the home. I have all of this information available. Okay, let us check on Replit what it is there. So it is saying it is done. Let me log the food. Choose from gallery. I'll use the same pizza example. Okay, so it is saying 3 slices approximately. I can make it 1.5 slices. Okay, confirm and log. So it is logged. All right, then I'll say what to eat. I'll say get suggestions. So it is finding the perfect meals for me. So you look at this, right? The app functionality is similar, but some components, some animations, etc., are different. Okay, paneer tikka bowl, this thing, dal tadka, tofu scramble, etc. If I want, I say more this thing I can put. I can go back to the dashboard. The dashboard is here, right? And I can add a feature. So here I want to add a very different feature just to show you how I'll add features over here. I want to add a different sets of features. Just take note. When I am adding a food item, I need to have a way to adjust the portions so that the calories also get auto adjusted. That is one. And a second new feature I want to add is if I am eating out, so have an option eat out choice, and wherever I am trying to eat out, I am now trying to figure out that hey, I'm trying to eat out, and therefore I want to kind of take a snapshot of the menu, and I want to check from the menu based on what I have eaten, what is it that I can choose. Okay, so that's what I want to build. Okay, and I am adding that over. Okay, just give me a minute. I will be back. So as you can see, it is now building that feature for us, and we can go back to any of the versions. Okay, so this is the main process of how you can build different features, right? And try to use it. Okay, so recipe integration, everything is available, and this from here on, the process after here, right? After you do this process, it is all about identifying the next set of features and keep adding the same set of features. Okay, so see here, this animation it has added, whereas here that particular animation was not added. Okay, again, different agents, they try to pick up different aesthetics, different animations, and that's why it is important for us to give guidelines rather than telling build this exactly. Okay, so that it is able to kind of build it exactly the way we require. Okay, some few tips and tricks as this feature is getting built. Okay, whenever you are doing vibe coding, okay, start with always the minimum set of features. Okay, always start with the minimum set of features. Don't try to build 10 features at once. Okay, never build 10 features at once. Start with 3 to 4 and then keep adding 1 to 2 iteratively. Okay, so you have to build things iteratively. Okay, and do not leave anything, don't try to build too many features at once. Anytime something breaks, okay, when some error comes, take a screenshot and give it back to the vibe coding tool. All right, and try to fix the error 3 times. Okay, because every time you are making an attempt to fix the error, there are some additional credits that you are consuming. Anytime you are trying to try to fix the error, there are some additional you are whenever you're trying to fix the error multiple times, there are some additional credits you are consuming. Sometimes these vibe coding tools go into like a loop wherein they are just unable to fix the error due to some underneath problem. So what you need to do is, after 3 times, if you are not able to fix it, if it is the first build, like it's the first build you are doing, start from scratch. Plus the error that you're trying to fix, right? Attach the screenshot and say avoid the error. Attach the complete screenshot and say avoid the error, so that you are able to completely avoid that error in the second type of build. If within 3 times it is able to solve it, well and good. But otherwise, don't keep persisting. Okay. Suppose it is in the later features that it is happening, like you are adding some additional set of features and it is happening. At that point in time, go back to the previous checkpoint, restore the previous version, rebuild from there, plus the screenshot of the error. Okay, so you can do that. Now, when you're building in Google AI Studio, it doesn't have its own database, so it will always use Google Storage. Replit has access to the internal database, so it will allow you to access or set up a database directly. And that is the set of features it will give you. So let me show you the different set of features that it can do. Okay, so you can see here, you can kind of attach a database, and you just say, I want a database. It can attach the database and store the information. Then if you want, you can actually integrate authentication. That means if you want to add authentication, it has a ready-made rebuilt authentication that it can add directly. Okay, so ready-made authentication can be added directly, so the authentication can be done. You can add a security scanner directly. Okay, you can store information like API things into your app. Then there are these other things like agent skills, etc., which currently you don't really require. What you require is security scanner to scan your app for vulnerabilities. You will require authentication, where you can put an authentication page for your application. Then you might require a few integrations like databases, which you can use for your application, right? And then try to kind of fix it whatever you want. Okay, so if you want to publish, you can host it in Replit with their own subdomain, or you can add your custom domain and do that. Where these sets of features like security scanner, the authentication, etc., those are not present in Google AI Studio. So Google AI Studio doesn't have enable you to build that out. For that, you will need to kind of mention some library for authentication, etc., or you will have to tell that, you know what, use this authentication feature, so on and so forth. Okay, so that is a limitation of Google, but to kind of build some applications to test out, you can do that. And the way to overcome this limitation in Google AI Studio is, you will have to check on Perplexity, how you can do that. For example, I can say, I want to add authentication of my Google AI Studio app that I'm building, but I don't know how to proceed with a prompt. Can you help me with a good prompt and library that can do that? Okay. For Google app, by wiring it to something, etc. So it will tell you some kind of thing that to use. Okay, so you will have to kind of use it, and you can copy paste this prompt and put it over there to add those things. But this is little technical. If you face errors in this process, it might feel a little bit difficult. Okay. All right, so let us see if our preview is ready. So here one good part about Replit is it does the complete testing end to end before it tells that it has done. Again, if it is trying to face some errors, it will exactly tell you what are the errors it has been facing. Okay, so this is exactly the complete process. Let's wait for a few more minutes and then we can preview this overall. So the paid tools, right, they give you a lot of portions. So for people who are completely non-technical, I would kind of encourage you to at least start off on Google AI Studio. But if you want a full-fledged vibe coded database, everything, you need to go with platforms like Replit. One of the recent features of Replit is it will allow you to even build a mobile app. So there is a feature which will allow you to build the mobile app. Again, the same process you have to follow, and it will also help you to launch on iOS. Android, Google Play Store, I think has not yet come, but iOS launch, you can do it right from Replit itself. Okay, so if you are non-technical and you are wanting to do some things of that sort, Replit or any of these paid platforms are the way to go. Again, think in terms of in a month, you are able to spend a few dollars and you are able to get your app up and running. If you think that, you know what, I don't want to go through the process, I want to do it everything for free, then you'll have to spend some money on the hosting part of it, which is the Google AI Cloud. You have to host the application and do the various stuff. And if you're wondering about the code, right, the code is also present over here. Where is the code? Here is the complete code. You can actually download the code as a zip file, or you can even connect to Google GitHub. Again, what is GitHub, etc. I'll kind of keep it aside. But for those of you who know GitHub, if you can connect this to GitHub and you can keep putting the code over there, or you can download this and use it wherever you want. Okay, so it has now set up these features. So checkpoint has been made and you can use it right now. So let me just remove this now. I will log food. I'll choose from the gallery right now. I'll say cheese. Open. So it is analyzing the meal for now. Okay. So I will say 0.5x 1.5 slider. Okay. I'll just remove this part. I'll keep it this way. I'll say confirm and log. So my pizza has been logged very well. Now suppose for dinner, I want to tap to log dinner. Okay, but I'm eating out for dinner. Okay, so I'll say scan menu. Okay, so let us say I'm going to a very famous restaurant. Let us say Mama Goto. So I'll go to Mama Goto menu. Okay, so this is the menu part. Okay, so this is the exact menu. I will save the image. All right. Now I will go to this. I will say scan menu. So I am scanning the menu that I have just downloaded. So now because I am going outside, I can click the menu, this thing, and I can upload the menu onto my application. So best picks is it is asking to kind of go for a lot of other options, and it is giving me the great fit that I can use. Okay, so from this menu, it is picking up the vegetarian menu that I can go for. the vegetarian feta salad, margarita flatbread, etc. So I can kind of go with mixed greens of corn, this thing. And that is the food I am kind of having over here. So actually, I am trying to log in dinner. So I think that's a bug. I can log dinner. Okay, let me try once again. If it is not, I will have to put this error and then try to fix it. But if you see here, we have now the full-fledged application. So in dinner, I will say it is not vegetarian, so it is skipping, but it has kind of found this. I'll log this. So in dinner, I have logged my dish whatsoever. So now I have the full-fledged product which I can share with people. If I want to kind of log it, I just have to say click publish and I can publish it. I want some suggestions. I can go and get suggestions of meals, etc., and all that. And I have the dashboard where I have everything kind of logged in. And therefore, I have a very good looking application which feels premium that I have vibe coded from scratch in almost like 60 minutes so far. Okay. So, how are you feeling, folks? You have seen a vague idea actually built into a complete application and actually add features also which are working for you right in front of you. All right. So this would require some practice. Okay. You will need to actually do it overall. Right. There are some steps which are complex, but if you are able to kind of start from scratch, you should be able to do that. Okay. So, Funny, over to you. I think I have finished my portion and we can take it forward from there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dilip. And I'm loving the responses on the chat at this point of time that all of you are seeming excited to go ahead and build. This is what generative AI has made possible for all of us. Of course, what Dilip showed you was just 2 hours of building. But if you actually want to take this product live, you can probably put in a few more hours into it, build a few more features, make it even more smoother, and then you can also build a website for the entire product and actually put it out on social media, probably saying that, hey, this is a product that you have been able to go ahead and build, and people can actually start subscribing for your product, right? And the learning journey that Weber was talking about, uh, Harsh, I like the excitement. You're posting amazing on the chat, but it'll be great if you post it only once, right? But I'll just put the chat on pause for a quick second so that all of you have focus. Yesterday, Weber was also talking about building complex CRMs that you could go ahead and have inside your organizations. He was also talking about how people have started monetizing product building itself, right? Any idea that you're able to come up with today, you can build that product entirely and start monetizing from that as well. And all of this needs that learning curve. What we wanted to show you was the ability of AI models to generate the code, which can end up building products for you, right? But there are also IDE platforms today like Cursor, Windsurf, Anti-Gravity, etc. That is the next phase that you will eventually have to take once you go ahead and practice more on platforms like Replit. But I hope all of you understood the entire process of the workflow, which is you can use the AI models or the large language models to brainstorm, get ideas, generate your entire prompt, and then use vibe coding platforms to go ahead and build. Did you all understand this? We covered two things, website building, and then we went to product building, and you should be able to connect the dots between both. Quick yes on the chat if all of you understood this completely. Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. Dilip, before you kind of sign off, I have two questions for you. Once, and folks, we will share the notes. Don't worry about it. Shivam, it's coming right after this. But Dilip, we about 25 to 30% of the audience that we have are software engineers and people into the tech space, right? So what is some advice that you would like to give to the tech people primarily? What is the kind of work that they would want to do or they would be doing in the future? And secondly, what is one piece of advice that you would want to give to all the non-developers to start building products now?
So for the tech people, right, what I would say is, at some level, right, I understand where you come from. You will find vibe coding not so fascinating for you overall. But what I can say is, vibe coding gives you a great boilerplate to start working with. So treat vibe coding as a good boilerplate code generator where you can do that, and you can even restrict the thing saying that, you know what, the components I'm going to invoke, give me a decent boilerplate from which I can start working. So think of vibe coding as a great boilerplate builder. Download it and use tools like Cursor, Anti-Gravity, or any of such things and start using. So I think the people who are technical, the people who are software engineers, you should really embrace assisted AI assisted coding. And some things what I want to tell you, I'll take 2 minutes, funny, because I want to explain this clearly to them. So what you need to do is, when you are trying to build something, definitely plan first and then build. Okay. Especially for technical people, because non-technical people, this would not really work for you because you can't understand the plan. Okay, you know some level, but you might not understand the plan. But technical folks, you'll understand the plan, the choices it is trying to make. You have to debate very hard with the AI to kind of question it on the plan and push it towards the quality that needs to come. See, what I believe is going to happen in future, or it is already happening, not yet percolated in India that much, but I have seen this in the US a lot, is people have embraced agentic coding like anything. So I know companies where, in fact, the one of the biggest the products out there is something called Claude Code. The founder of Claude Code actually builds by running 10 agents in parallel. So the mindset there is, I am going to have 10 junior AI interns running on my code in parallel. So what I do is quality control. So whatever code AI is able to write, you have to do the quality control. And in fact, the best way to understand what AI does is what Ben Affleck has told. Okay, Ben Affleck, the actor, I found that in his latest interview, he has told the most nuanced way of AI. He said that AI gives you output closer to the mean. What he mentions is, because AI is trained on outputs that people have built, the extraordinary builders, right? The builders who can get the best output, it is not trained on their work. It is trained on multiple work. So most of the time you are producing output closer to the mean. So how do you go towards excellence is you need to understand how those people think, what is the right language you need to talk to AI for. And for that, your craft has to improve. So if you want AI to give better code for you, you have to become a better software engineer, know the principles very well, know what are the best practices overall there. So it is all, so what happens is even the individual contributor will become a agentic manager. You are managing agents, and therefore you have much more responsibility to learn stuff. This applies even for non-developers. If you don't know the craft, understand at least the basic principles, and that is why the problem of AI generalist comes. Know a little bit of design, know a little bit of marketing, know a little bit of the tech terminologies there. See, I am not a CRO expert, but I know at least the basic language what CRO experts talk. Okay, then how do I figure it out? Okay, go to Reddit, go to YouTube, look at all the other CR experts, what is the advice they are giving. Take that advice, incorporate into your prompt. You will see 100x improvement. Okay, for example, the greatest delta of improvement in the look and feel of my product has come because I use Super Design to copy a style prompt of design language. Okay, if I had not done that, I would have gotten an output which is it is closer to the mean. Okay, so we need to build stuff which is like outliers. And to do that, we have to become like an AI generalist. It doesn't mean that you have to become an AI generalist only without skill. That is not our intention at all. But you have the roadmap, you know exactly what you need to learn. Spend time to refine your craft. Okay. If you are a person who is 10 plus years in the insurance industry, get more nuance about that and use AI to kind of automate or use AI to kind of build stuff which can be built on top of that. Incorporate
Yeah.
AI workflows into insurance, incorporate AI workflows into your domain. So learn the principles. Applying to your domain, you are the expert. Okay, so I cannot teach you how to do it in insurance because that is not my field. I know AI, we will teach you AI. Then you use your domain expertise to kind of figure it out what you can do. Okay, sorry for taking that additional minute, but I wanted to
No, I think you made some very important pointers as well. So use AI to make your domains more efficient, and that is the way you will go, you will move forward. And also one thing that I want everyone to take away from what Dilip just mentioned is over the next 5 years or 10 years, you will see a lot more products come into the market. But how can you make sure that your products are looking different and feeling different and having more value? That is by moving away from the mean, and that happens if you build the skill set properly. So that learning curve that Weber was talking about yesterday with the roadmap, I'll show it to you right away. In fact, everything is uploaded. That is where people have to spend time and also practice. And all of these tools that you're seeing today are coming with their freemium versions as well to help people go ahead and practice, right? So I hope people have gotten that clarity. Drop in clear on the chat if you have gotten that clarity of, how are engineers supposed to change their mindset to move from coding to AI assisted coding, and non-technical people to go from being completely non-developers to now starting to build products and AI systems. Wonderful, wonderful. Dilip, thank you so much for being here. I think I'll take it forward from here. There is a workbook also that we are giving to everyone so that they can continue this practice. But
yeah.
yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that right now. But thank you so much, Dilip, for being here today. Perfect. Palash, I'm not sure why you are wanting to sound like a cat on the chat by saying meow. But please don't spam. I think it'll be great if we all maintain that decorum as we move forward as well. But folks, are you all excited to receive all of the materials so far? I will quickly share my screen and let me know if you are all able to see my screen. Give me one quick second. Perfect. Quick yes on the chat if you're all able to see my screen. I will share this link as soon as I show you how you're getting access to all of the resources. Some of you sort of went ahead and mentioned yesterday. Folks, give me one second. I'll just have to remove this person from the session. Okay, just give me one second. Okay, perfect. All right. So yesterday, many of you mentioned that you were not able to open the resource file that we shared. So what I have done, or what our team has done, in fact, is to put everything together in this Drive folder. So I'll quickly share this link with everyone, and I'll also show you all what this Drive folder has. All resources can be found here. Just a second to everyone, and there you go. You should be able to open this link, and if you are able to open this link, give me a quick thumbs up and I will walk you all through what exactly this has. Give me a quick thumbs up if you are able to open this particular Drive link. Now here, there is a roadmap for you to become an AI generalist, and I'll talk about this very, very soon. But this first folder that you have is your session notes from all of the sessions that we have had so far. So you will be able to find all of the notebooks or digital notebooks here. This is basically a recap of everything that we covered in every session. You will be able to find it right here inside this Drive folder. And we just learned about building products. And there is a, if you click on file number 4, you will be able to find the workbook on building products using AI, wherein we have gone ahead and given you step-by-step instructions on how is it that you can execute this yourself, by including the prompt as well that you can go ahead and put out, and giving you frameworks that will sort of help you identify the top features that you would like to go ahead and build upon. right? And of course, we learned everything on Replit. So we have gone ahead and put Replit's link also here. But I honestly would suggest all of you to use multiple platforms while you're practicing so that your exposure breadth sort of increases. And that is the sort of mindset that you need to have as an AI generalist. And you will find a similar workbook for building landing pages and websites as well. I'm genuinely loving the reactions that all of you are dropping in. It gives me the confidence that you're finding these useful and you will go ahead and use these also. Now, image and video generation is the next session, but we have gone ahead and uploaded a document for it already. So I'm not going to be talking about it right away. And then you will find a second folder here called workbooks. When you click on that, you will find certain activities that you can go ahead and do. Like for example, yesterday we learned building custom GPTs or AI bots. We have gone ahead, given you the entire prompt, step-by-step instructions on how you can go ahead and build it yourself. And you will find other workbooks also here, like for building landing pages, building products, and image and video generation as well. I will talk about image and video generation towards the end of the day once you have finished the session on image and video generation, right? But in this folder, you will also find the roadmap to become an AI generalist. And this is the roadmap that we were talking about yesterday as well, right? In this particular roadmap, there are 5 different levels that we broke the entire journey into. The journey of anybody becoming an AI generalist, right? What I want to do as I explain very quickly this roadmap to everyone is I want to quickly launch a poll to sort of understand how many of you heard about the roadmap already yesterday, heard about the AI Accelerator program yesterday already, which is a program that we have built ourselves inside Outskill. For those of you who have not heard about it, to enable people to become AI generalists much faster than everybody else, right? And this is a program that today is backed by Skill India as well. But I quickly want to know how many of you have heard about this program and the entire roadmap yesterday, and how many of you have not heard about it, so that I can decide whether I should be talking about it, whether I should not talk about it, and give you your lunch break directly. So I've launched a poll. A lot of you also reached out to us asking us for a second opportunity yesterday. This came in during the Q&A session that Weber was taking. This also came in after the Q&A, and we really couldn't do much about it yesterday. But we went back, spoke to our partners, which are all of the bonuses that we spoke about, and we wanted to do something special for all of you today as well. So let me quickly see what people are saying on the poll. Wow. Okay. I see that about 25% of you missed all of this yesterday and want me to talk about it again. So I'll quickly go ahead and do that. And a lot of you are also mentioning that you want a second chance to go ahead for taking a chance to block your seat in the AI Accelerator program. While we could not do it for everyone, there are close to like 7,000 to 8,000 people today on the call. While we could not do it for everyone because, there are a lot of tools that we give away with this program as well, we have opened up 20 more slots for the February and the March batch of the AI Accelerator program. So people who were not prepared yesterday, who kind of felt it as a shocker when we spoke about the program and found it to be a great opportunity, but could not enroll yourself into it, you have one more opportunity today, because if you are amongst the first 20 people to go ahead and grab, we can hold the same offer for you as well, primarily because of the number of queries that we ended up receiving over email. And we, of course, could not get back to everyone as well. So people who have already heard about this program earlier yesterday, if you could not block your slot and you want to do so right now for the same discounted, flash offer that we ran, you could go ahead and do that right now. We have opened 20 slots, and as these 20 slots sort of get done, I will give you the heads up and I'll call out the names of the people who are going ahead and registering right now. All of the people who have registered yesterday would have already gotten calls from our team, from our onboarding team. Give me a thumbs up, all of the people who have blocked your seats for the AI Accelerator program yesterday. Did you get a call from our team already? We made that happen yesterday. Perfect. Perfect. Now, for those of you who are wondering what this is all about, let me quickly share my screen and help you understand this as well. And if this looks like an exciting journey for you, you could make use of one of the 20 seats that we have opened up for today, right? So, yesterday, as Weber was concluding his session in the mastermind, in the second session yesterday, we gave a framework to people so that they could become AI generalists much faster than everybody else, right? Because the core problem that everybody always, all of our learners always reached out to us with was there's a lot of content available on the internet, but without the right kind of mentorship or guidance, it becomes difficult to go deeper into things like vibe coding, building AI agents and assistants, building automations. That part of it, which is the core part of becoming an AI generalist, becomes difficult if we are trying to learn on our own. So, what we initially did was we built out a 5 level framework that starts from level 1 to level 5, wherein you need to learn advanced prompting techniques as part of level 1, understand how AI models can be installed locally, what are the parameters that you could change inside AI models, understand how changing these parameters would affect the outputs that you would essentially go ahead and receive. Vaibhav kind of showed you all of these parameters as well yesterday, and then we spoke about MCPs also as part of level 2. Level 3, you're going to get a good intro to it in the next session. Level 4 and level 5 is where the true crux is, where you become problem solvers, build products or build AI agents and build automations to deploy them in your organizations or offer them as services as well, right? This is the roadmap that we wanted everyone to go ahead and learn. And to make it easier for people to learn, we are also giving away this entire document to everyone, right? Now, what this document has is a breakdown of all the resources that you can trust and you can go through to go deep into every level. So you will find research papers, research articles from some of the best institutions out there where we ourselves have learned from. We have collated all of that level wise inside this document, right? And we would want all of you to be able to take the time out to go into each of these so that you are able to go deep into all the 5 levels. I hope you are clear with this so far. Give me a heart if you are clear about this and if you're liking what you're seeing. And this is the journey that usually takes maybe 1.5 to 2 years for anybody, because it's not just theoretical content that you need to learn, but you also need to practice. And for all the working professionals, entrepreneurs, and consultants, it becomes very, very difficult to do so on their own, or that's what we realized, right? And that is the reason why, to help out all the working professionals, consultants, entrepreneurs, freelancers, and literally everybody else who works on a computer today and wants to learn AI and go deep into it, what we did at Outskill was we launched a program called the AI Generalist Accelerator Program. And again, a lot of students also wanted to join in yesterday, but we clearly mentioned that students have their own time. So it's primarily built for all the working professionals and senior executives, right? And you might have already, heard about this program on LinkedIn because a lot of people have done it. They all are sharing their outcomes also on platforms like LinkedIn. But this is a program that is also certified by the Government of India under their Skill India program. So everybody who completes this gets a certificate from Skill India itself along with a grade. And the grade is something that depends based on the attendance and everything else that you're having inside the program as well. But this AI Generalist Accelerator program is basically a fast paced program that is meant to help people learn level 1 to level 5 much faster than everybody else. And how did we design it? There are 6 parts to it. A quick recap for all of the people who missed out, right? I do see enrollments coming in, by the way. So all the people who are enrolling currently, I will call up your names. So stick around for the next 10 minutes and then we will take our lunch break. Okay. I think about 9 of you have gone ahead and registered so far. I'll call out your names. But this is the AI Accelerator program. There are 6 parts to it. Part 1 is the most important part or the most exciting part, wherein For 14 consecutive days, you are going to be attending 3 to 3.5 hour sessions every day. So it's close to about 100 plus hours of live learning that happens, because these sessions slightly tend to extend to 4 hours as well. And this happens for 14 days. So in 14 days, you cover the length and breadth from level 1 to level 5. And all of this is live, because we don't believe in people going ahead and watching recordings and learning all by themselves. Of course, recordings of all of these sessions are available, but we teach you live inside these sessions in just 14 days. And after that, there is a 48-hour buildathon where you are essentially co-paired with multiple people from different countries who are also participating in the program. And in 48 hours, you build an AI product and you get to demo that AI product in front of others. And then there are 3 content libraries that we are giving, which is AI content library built by us, lot of content around AI that you can continue to watch and learn after the first 14 days. And then we partnered with Cairo School of Business, because in today's world, you can't just learn AI. You also need to be able to add value to those areas of a business that will help the business improve efficiency and make more revenue. That is how you scale up in your career ladder, right? And for that, a lot of people end up doing MBAs, but a lot of people can't as well. But people who do not do their MBAs need to know foundations of running business, like first principles thinking, design thinking, problem solving frameworks. All of that is what we have packed into a content library. And we teach monetization as well as part of another content library. And then for the next 1 year, which is every week for the next 54 weeks, you will be attending one live session, which is more like an AI update session. So every week you're coming back to the community, you're talking to people, you are understanding what are the new things that are coming up. Recently, many of you would have heard about, CloudBot also coming up, and how people have been using it. There are talks about that happening inside our community and people using it. So it's a space for everybody to always stay ahead of others in the AI space. That is what we have been trying to build, and we have been good at it so far as well. So this is the program that we built out. There are 2 cohorts for which enrollments are open right now, and today I think about 7 more slots are remaining. But there are 2 slots that you can choose, one in February, one in March. And if these dates don't work for you, you can move to other cohorts as well, because the flash offer will essentially not remain the same. And the timings is what should work out for you, which is 7:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST every day for the first 14 days, or 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. EST. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be full days, right? It's like your mastermind getting extended for the next 2 weeks. Imagine it to be that way. You're coming, you're learning, but it's unlike the mastermind, because after the core session gets done, we put you in breakout rooms. You talk to others, and we have senior executives all throughout, right? 80% of the program or the cohort is filled with people who have more than 7+ years of work experience. Those are the kind of people that you will be building with. And you will get recordings of all of these sessions for post-session practice and a ton of resources as well. This is what we have built out. Drop in a heart if you like this structure. Of course, people who have already joined in loved it yesterday, but others would love to hear your thoughts. It's very intense, but this is an opportunity that we wanted to have inside our organization for people to take if they want to learn, right? And there is a separate track for engineers as well, because engineers have a separate focus. So, or in your onboarding, we sort of help you with whether you should be going into the coding track or the no coding track. Now, along with this, something that blew people's mind yesterday was the fact that along with this entire program, we are giving away tools worth more than 2 lakh rupees, because all of these are partnerships, official partnerships that we have been able to close, or we work with these companies as well to make this program happen, because even they realize how important it is for people to upskill in AI. And common blocker is that people don't have access to a lot of tools or have to spend a lot of money to take these tools as well. So a lot of these tools are also covered very much in detail inside the accelerator program, like Lizer, that is your slot.